The roar of engines echoes off the skyscrapers as I settle into the cockpit of my F1 car on Singapore's famous Marina Bay Street Circuit. Rain patters against the halo and slick tarmac gleams under the floodlights, every spray of water promising chaos, every puddle a hidden trap. Visibility is low, the humidity is stifling, and one wrong move could send me spinning into the barriers. Yet here I am, ready to battle the elements and the grid. The lights go out. Clutch engages, and Lewis Hamilton's power surges beneath me, fingers dancing across paddle shifters, heart pounding like a metronome. I ease the throttle to find bite on the wet asphalt, then bury it as soon as traction holds. Blue sparks fly from the undertray, mirrors flare with reflections of rivals weaving through spray. In this moment, milliseconds decide destinies. Approaching turn 1, I'm already on full attack. The pack converges in a tangle of carbon fiber and fire. Braking zones blur into code-named corners. I dive deep on the inside line, wheels locked just enough to scrub speed without washing out. The slipstream catapults me forward, 20 to 10 in a heartbeat. The adrenaline spikes as I flick the wheel, feeling the wet curb shudder beneath my tires, and rocket past 2 competitors in a single daring move. Now P10, the chase begins in earnest. I scan the rear view, rivals loom like shadows in my spray, engines screaming for overtakes. Strategy calls for clean air, tyre management, and unyielding focus under these searing lights. Singapore is a marathon of precision and nerve. Every lap demands perfection. Buckle up. This rain-soaked battle is only just heating up. Rain hammers the visor as I hunt down the car ahead, each lap a perilous dance on razor-thin margins. The torrential downpour turns Marina Bay into a river of gloss. Every puddle threatens to send me aquaplaning into the barriers. My grip on the steering wheel tightens as I feed just enough throttle out of corners, coaxing forward bite without losing traction. With each successive sector, I shave tenths off the gap. Under braking for turn 7, I trail brake deep into the wet asphalt, feeling the rear end squirm before the tires bite again. Lightning flashes reveal ghostly outlines of the Challenger's halo a few car lengths ahead, and I seize every opportunity. The inside line at turn 10, a daring switchback under the bridge, the slaloming victimless gamble through turn 13's soaked curbs. Tyre temperatures plummet in these conditions, so I flirt with lockups to bring the rubber up to heat, managing slip with featherlight throttle blips. The rain drums like a war horn, puddles erupt into geysers that shroud my mirrors. Yet with calculated aggression, I reel them in, lap by lap, corner by corner, until that elusive slipstream closes and I'm poised to pounce. The chase isn't just about raw pace, it's about mastering chaos itself. The rain-soaked hairpin jumps into view, and I slam the anchors on too hard, the rear end squirming as I fight to keep the car from pirouetting into the barriers. That momentary lockup costs me vital meters and allows my rivals to edge clear, their taillights flickering like distant beacons through the spray. My heart pounds as I modulate the brake pressure, learning on the fly how much bite these soaked Michelin wets can actually deliver. As soon as the straight opens up, I'm back in the hunt. Slipstreaming down the back straight, I tuck in behind the leader's diffuser, the F1 car in front carving through the monsoon like a knife. My tyres regain temperature, confidence floods back. Each millisecond I claw off the gap feels like a personal victory in this drenching battle. Into the next braking zone, I nail the entry, brushing the curb with surgical precision. The steely nerves required to hit that apex under these conditions are immense. But when it clicks, those corners become my secret weapon. 5 tenths here, 7 there. Each perfectly judged turn peels seconds off my deficit until I'm nose to tail once more, poised to pounce on any mistake. This relentless cycle of controlled panic and calculated aggression defines wet weather mastery. Overcook a corner and you pay with lost ground. Nail the exit and you snatch it all back before the next straight. In Singapore's unforgiving deluge, it's not just about raw speed, it's mastering the fine line between overcooking it and finding the fight. I'm sitting P8 now, a remarkable climb from P20, and the cars ahead are within striking distance. The spray from their tyres creates a ghostly veil in my mirrors, but I'm hunting them down. The gap to P7 is 2 seconds, to P6 a scant 3. On the next lap, I'll bury the throttle down the long straight, hugging the inside wall to get that precious toe. Brake markers flash by as I approach turn 14. This time, I trail brake later, easing the car onto the wet curb and gouging out an extra half second. The move tells immediately. I'm half a car length closer. Out of the corner, I slipstream P7, dive up the inside at turn 1 and complete the clean pass. P7 falls behind. I'm P7. No time to breathe. P6 looms just ahead, their rear wing flickering through the downpour. I manage tyre temperature by weaving slightly on the straights, keeping the rubber alive, then carry that grip into turn 7. A flick of the wheel, a precise throttle blip, and I'm alongside them into the corner apex. Wheels touch, spray erupts, and I edge ahead on exit. Now I'm P6. The top 5 is in sight. I slot into their slipstream on the back straight, feeling the F1 wedge against my diffuser. I'll trial a late brake lunge into turn 10 on this next lap, risking a lockup to steal one more position. Every fraction counts in this monsoon assault. One clean move could vault me into the top 5 and solidify my charge through the points haul. Every corner feels like skating on ice. Heels of throttle buried as I chase the perfect line, only to feel the rear step out in a sudden oversteer. In those split seconds, I'm fighting the slide, slamming the anchors to scrub speed, and wrestling the wheel back on course before the barriers loom. The spray from the puddles explodes around me, the track a mirror of chaos beneath my tyres. Yet every lockup and scrubbing stop is a lesson learned. I'm dialing back my brake bias just enough, feathering the pedal to tease the grip back as I swing into the apex. Each time I wrestle out of a big slide, I claw back precious tenths on the straights, torque vectoring doing the work, the car snapping straight before I bury the throttle again. We don't back down. With every pulse racing lockup, my confidence grows. The rain pounds like a metronome, but I'm in perfect time. Risking it all, edging closer to the car ahead. Slipstream, late brake, flick through the bend, and despite the spin threats, I'm still here, still charging. No matter how wet, no matter how wild we push on, every spray-soaked corner forging our path through this storm. There's nothing quite like slotting into an F1 cockpit and feeling the raw power at your fingertips. The instant torque, the razor-sharp steering feedback, it all combines into a symphony of precision and speed that sends a thrill straight to your core. Every gear shift, every tiny adjustment of brake bias, every heartbeat sync downshift feels absolutely alive. This car responds to your slightest command, carving through corners like a scalpel through silk. Driving an F1 beast isn't just a ride, it's pure, unfiltered joy that makes you forget everything else. Imagine gliding through a tunnel of light and dust falls over Marina Bay, the roar of engines echoing off gleaming skyscrapers. This is the Singapore Grand Prix, the world's first night race, born in 2008 to transform the city's streets into a high-octane playground. Under 1,600 custom floodlights, each one 4 times brighter than a stadium lamp, the track springs to life, every puddle and curve illuminated with surgical precision. We roll onto the 4.94-kilometre lane, stitched together by 19 tight corners and 2 sweeping bridges. Construction crews broke ground in August 2007, pouring $33 million into carving asphalt through boulevards and underpasses. By race day a year later, they'd created a jewel in F1's crown, winding past the Singapore Flyers Wheel of Lights, the neo-classic facade of the Fullerton Hotel, and the futuristic Esplanade domes. From the green light to the checkered flag, the circuit never sleeps. Thunderstorms here summon safety cars with chilling regularity. Drivers have endured at least one full-course intervention in every edition to date. And it isn't just the rain that tests them. The muggy air and relentless pace make Singapore twice as draining as Monaco, in Lewis Hamilton's own words. Each lap is a battle of nerve and machine, a ballet of throttle and brake bias as rubber battles water and time. So when you tune in tonight, remember, you're not just watching a race. You're witnessing a marathon of precision under floodlights. A dance between man, machine and monsoon that has enchanted fans since that first electric night in 2008. Buckle up,
It's
This is
another
Formula
victory
One like
and
you've
a
never seen it
champion's
before.
performance.